friends, so I'm getting ready to film my new makeup releases video, so I just thought I'd sit and film a chatty video. And I don't really have a ton of new products to try, but I do have the new Milk makeup primer, so if you want to hear my thoughts, see what eye look I end up creating, then just keep watching. Okay, so I was really curious about this Milk makeup primer because I really like the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. As you can see, I've made quite the dent in this one, so I really like some of the things that Milk Makeup comes out with. And so when I saw they were coming out with a new primer, I thought I need to get my hands on it. So this one was available for store pickup, and this is the Cloud Glow, a weightless cloud-like foam made with turmeric extract for a hydrated, smooth, glowy base before makeup application. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this does. I haven't really seen anyone use it, so I thought, why not? And it says it is 0.91 fluid ounces or 27 ml. And I wonder if you need to like shake it or what. It says dispense a single pump onto fingers and apply directly onto face until foam is absorbed. Wait for it to dry down completely before applying makeup. Pump 2 to 3 times before first use. Oh, okay. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's super cute. I love the orange color. And let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Oh! Ooh, it's like shaving cream. Look at that. Ooh, it smells like coconut. I know Flower Beauty has a foaming primer, and I haven't used that a ton. But this one feels definitely like an essence or like a serum. It's very wet and coconutty. Definitely smells like a pina colada. So I guess I'll just let it dry down. It definitely has some hydration and stickiness to it. Interesting. I think 1 pump was plenty. I think 2 might be a little too much. It has like a light glow to it, so I will give it a second to dry down and then we will go in with foundation. But while it's drying, I think I can do my under eyes quick. I can throw on some color corrector and concealer. Okay, so since I don't have new products to talk about except really for that primer, everything else is gonna be like second, third, or like long-time favorites. So since I don't have a ton of stuff to talk about, I thought I would talk about something that I've been meaning to kind of talk about on my channel. So I feel like a lot of people have been like branching out this year because it's the start of a new year. They're trying new things, a lot of like commentary. People are just trying new types of videos because I feel like the audience is definitely looking for just more than a review at this point, and a lot of people are taking it easy on their makeup spending because of, you know, different reasons. And I totally get it. For me, I've talked about it before on my channel here and there. I did pick this up during the Ulta semi-annual sale, so this is just the NARS Matte Concealer. I'm going to apply it. I'll try and link everything I use in my description box because I don't want to talk about the products necessarily unless I have something really special I want to mention. But anyway, so I was saying that people are just like choosing to shop less for different reasons, and I've been talking on my channel for quite some time that, you know, makeup content, it just doesn't get the same views like I used to, and that's totally fine, you know. I always have to remind myself that my goal with YouTube was never to really do this as like my job. It just happened to work out that way because in 2021, when I had my first child, I ended up becoming a parent that stayed home, and I also took on YouTube as kind of like my career, which is realistically what I've always wanted to do, is just be able to put some more focus into YouTube. But I've slowly discovered as my kids have gotten older that being a stay-at-home parent is definitely a full-time job or more because there's so much to do. It like never ends. There being a little bit of lull in new makeup at the moment, I was thinking about things that I really wanted to talk about, and I never want to become like a mommy YouTuber, but I definitely feel like there's a big space for me to just talk about my experiences and share them with you, because I'm thinking like for me, even though I'm like 2-3 years into this journey, it's been so hard still to let go of like the Karen that I used to be before kids, and that was like having a job, having a career, having my own money, and things have just been so different because now I have like money that I make on YouTube, but it's not like anything that I was making working outside of the home. So that's been a big adjustment, and kind of balancing being a mom and balancing time with my husband and just not letting it consume you, because at the end of the day, that speech in the movie Barbie is so true. Like, we have to be moms, we have to have our own money, but it's like not nice to ask for money. Like, if you haven't seen the speech in Barbie or haven't seen the Barbie movie in general, I think it's an amazing movie. I think that since it's about something so lighthearted, like I think like when I went into it, I was like, oh, it's a movie about Barbie, like fun. But there's so much behind the meaning of that movie about how people need to be kinder to each other, and also like how we put so much pressure on ourselves. And I guess I can't say I can only talk about my own experience since everybody is different, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to be still wanting a career outside my house. And I feel like, oh my gosh, did I make like a big mistake? Is it going to set me back when I do want to go back to work someday, that I won't have that built-in like experience that other people are accumulating while they're being parents, while they're trying to juggle everything. And I feel like I haven't fully like come to peace with it yet, but I still feel like it's slowly making progress. And I want to make videos like this every once in a while, just chatting about things that are on my mind, because I think after the pandemic, so many women that had careers gave up their careers to stay home with their kids, and there's been like such a shortage of childcare. I don't know if that's like a national thing, but definitely in our area. So I still struggle with the idea of putting my kids in daycare because there's a shortage, so I always worry about like the care. Also, I've heard it's like very expensive, so a lot of people are basically working just so they can pay their daycare bill. And I'm not like a kid person, I never have been. I'm an only child, and so I was never really around a lot of little kids. So even when it came to like deciding like, am I gonna have kids, it was something I was like, if it happens, it happens. And of course, we're so blessed, and I feel so lucky. So there's just been like so many things swirling around in my head, and I guess I should have given a disclaimer, but if you're not interested in mom content, that's totally fine. This is not really like mom content, it's just more of like a women just chit-chatting, supporting each other no matter what avenue they choose to kind of go down upon. But I need to wet the sponge, so let me do that real quick. So I need to throw on some foundation, but I was just curious to see if there would be any interest in chatting about something like that, because for me, I feel like it's hard for people to relate because I don't have a traditional job. I don't have a traditional 9-to-5 job. I don't work online. Well, I do. I work online, but it's not like, you know, other people that work from home. So I don't have coworkers. I don't have like a office that I could go into or anything like that. So I was talking to my friend because just the other day she had sent me a picture of her at the bar, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, and she has like a 1-year-old. And so she was talking to me, and she's like, oh, I went to the OB, and like that's a dance bar in our town. And she's like, I got hit on, and it was so funny. And like, she's like, it's funny to get hit on when you're like 30. And I was like, hey, still got it. And I was just thinking about myself, and I was like, wow, I really don't even know if I would know what to do if I went to a bar. And it's just so much has changed. But I was telling her that I always feel like I have such a hard time balancing my free time, because when I have free time, I kind of fill it up with doing this, and I have very limited free time. But when I do get it, or when I have my babysitter come, I primarily use it for filming YouTube videos, because I still do feel like that pressure to put out some content. I don't want my channel to just like die down, and I think that's fine. Like, you know, everybody has to choose how they want to prioritize things, and I know there's YouTubers that have become moms or have had more kids, and they've chosen to prioritize other things, but they still want to keep their channel going. For me, I was using the regular Huda concealer, by the way. I haven't just figured it out. I haven't figured out, like, or I guess I haven't made peace with, like, oh, I'm only going to post one video a week. Like, I feel like I can do more. But it's just a weird thing, because there's not a lot of moms that are YouTubers that are also full-time parents during the day. I feel like there's a lot of content creators out there that have bigger channels that like have nannies, so they probably just have their kids at home with them, but they have a nanny to like watch them full time, which I think is awesome. Like, if I was ever in that tax bracket, like, I wouldn't be mad about it at all. Like, I'd be pretty freaking stoked. But that's not my life. But I feel like I'm so blessed because I have a partner that is so understanding and like totally gets that I need a break. And then my break is when our babysitter comes, and I get to do whatever I want with that time. So it's been really nice for me. I always feel like when I'm having a bad day, I need to remember how blessed I am, because I feel like back in the day, I don't know how people did it, but I don't feel like people had like the ability to say to their partner, like, I need help, I need my husband. Although I'm sure there are different versions of that, right? Because I know, like, my dad was very involved, and that was a long time ago. And there's some people whose parents, especially I think the fathers, because a lot of the moms, I feel like, bear the burden of taking care of kids. But I feel like I've heard a lot of my peers say that their dads were never around. So I think it's changed so much since that time. And I feel like, especially like my generation is so aware of that, and they are already so terrified of having kids that it's like, for me, I was like, I'm not going to have kids if my husband's not going to be involved, because I don't want to be that mom that is like stressed out all the time, just feels like the weight of the world is on her shoulders, and is just resentful of her kids because she's just so overwhelmed all the time. So I do try to have YouTube for myself because it keeps me like going. But it's just so funny because I do feel like I put a lot of my free time, like, instead of going like, oh, let me go to like lunch or dinner or something, I'm going to use my time to film YouTube videos. So it's quite the balancing act. And I just know from my comment section that there's moms watching this that are new moms, or that are moms of kids that are older than my kids. But I just wanted to try and create some type of content, even if it was like monthly, just one video, just kind of talking about how I was feeling, just so people didn't feel so alone. Because I like relate so much to some of those memes that are like about little kids. And I've been thinking, like, should I like react to different like reels and memes I see online, because I think they're so funny. And like, I don't want to constantly be posting about like parenting reels on my like beauty Instagram page, but I feel like there's so many funny ones that just make me chuckle, because sometimes you're like really freaking going through it, and it's just fun to talk about. So I just want to be your internet support friend because everyone should have one of those, and I feel like I am so blessed because I have YouTube friends that are so supportive, and then I have friends in real life that are also kind of, you know, having little kids, and so we're all kind of like supportive of each other, which I think is so, so wonderful. Um, and yeah, it's just fun to talk about, but right now I feel really relaxed because my babysitter was gone for spring break and then she got sick, so she was gone for 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm ready for you to come back whenever. And so she was back, and I honestly couldn't recommend it enough because I feel like I don't know if we have to feel like we have to prove our worth as women, like that we just can't ask for a babysitter or just like some help because we're like, oh, we're stay-at-home moms, like we need to do everything. But I really am not that person, and I have no problem asking. Well, that's not true. I definitely have a problem asking for help. There are times where I feel like I should be able to do it, I should be able to manage it, but sometimes it's so hard. And I have kids that are very close in age, and so even though my older kid is getting older, she's still a baby at heart, and if I didn't have another one, she'd definitely be considered a baby. So she doesn't always understand things, and you know, I just need 4 hands sometimes, and I am not going to physically grow 4 hands, so it's always nice to have people around to help out, and I just feel like I'm so lucky. So to moms that are stay-at-home moms that are honestly alone doing it by themselves all the time, like, hats freaking off to you, because I definitely have those days where I just want to take a nap and be like, kids, I wish you could take care of yourself. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I just feel like I want to make videos just talking about mom's feelings. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, let me know. And if there's any topics that you would like me to talk about, one thing I definitely always feel like is like, people always say like, I don't know how you do it. And it's like, girl, I don't freaking know either, because there's days where I have like a new collection that just came in, and I look at my schedule and I'm like, I have to do this now, and like my kids are not napping, and I'm like stressed out, and I have like half a makeup look on, and I'm going up and down trying to figure out like what to do, how to get them to nap, and it's such a juggling act. So whenever somebody says that to me, like, I don't know how you do it, I'm like, I wish there was a way for me to film like how I do it, because it's unbelievable sometimes like how I'm juggling things. And I always wonder, I'm like, how do other people do it? And it's, you know, maybe some people film at night. For me, I don't really want to do that, because by the time my kids go to bed, I am done. Like, my brain is ready to just turn off. I just want to sit and watch YouTube videos about random like true crime, or watch Love is Blind reunions. Like, I'm not trying to be down here filming. There's definitely times I will, just like because it's absolutely necessary for me, but other times I'm like, nope, I just can't do it. I don't care enough to be down here filming. Okay, so I've been just trying like to combine the Glaminatrix palette and the Charmer palette. So for my lid shade, I think I want to try one of these purples. I can't remember what I used in my original video. I feel like I did a green look, so I think I might try the shade Weakness. I used to just have so much more time to dedicate to my YouTube channel that it's definitely been a rude awakening figuring out how to do it, and it's definitely a lot of sacrifice of time that I want to be spending doing stuff, but I've also kind of given myself permission that if I am doing something with the kids, I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to feel guilty. And the one thing I really worked on is like kind of like knowing that I won't be first and that's okay. Like if it's possible for me to get a video done quick, like sure. Sorry, my camera battery died, but what I was saying is I've really been trying to unsubscribe from the race. I feel like, you know, life has really turned into this like race, and I want to be like this badass like career woman influencer that has, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that can afford to like do this full time and still like be there for her kids and go on all these fun trips and do all these things. And I've slowly kind of had to build my mentality of like, that's what other people are doing and I'm so happy for them, but it's just not realistic in reality for me. And I just refuse to feel bad about it, because even though nobody is actually making me feel bad about it, I feel like I should be further along in certain things. And so just some things I wanted to share, because I feel like if I feel that way, I'm feeling like there might be other people that feel that way. And if there's not other people that feel that way, that is totally fine too. But if there are, I want this to be like a safe space for other moms to come hang out and not feel like, oh my gosh, I need to be also achieving all these things. Like I want somebody else out there that feels like me to also know that it's okay to make this time about your kids. And, you know, I don't feel like I'm going to regret having taken this time for them, because all the freaking cliches are so true. Like all those cliche things you hear about, oh, they grow up so fast. And I'm just like, some days, girl, I'm like, listen, I can't wait until you're older. I can't wait until you understand. So you know, like, to do all this stuff by yourself. But I know that the days that my kids don't need me, I'm going to be just so sad about it. I'm just going to be a hot freaking mess. I mean, my older daughter can, like, she can, like, feed herself now. She doesn't ever ask me to feed her food. And there's days where I'm like, oh, I miss when you used to let me feed you. Like, how did this happen? It's so crazy how it just turns and then all of a sudden they don't need you anymore. So I love having YouTube for the time I know that's coming, where I know they're not going to need me as much. I mean, they're going to need me in different ways, but they're just not going to need me physically all the time. So I'm glad I have a little bit of something. I'm so glad I have some friends that I've made through the platform and friends in real life, because I don't want to like completely give up. But I also feel like there are moms out there that don't have as much help as I do, that do have to sacrifice all of those things. And maybe you found this YouTube video. I hope you freaking did, because I know there's days where I'm like sitting at home and I'm like, does anybody else feel this way? Like, does anybody else feel like how hard this is? And like, sometimes you just want somebody to tell you like, you're doing a good job. I feel like there's days like that, and then my friends notice and they'll say like, you're doing a good job, and it's so validating. And some days, you know, there's no one to tell you, but listen, you're doing a great job, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a stay-at-home work from mom, if you're a single mom, if you have all the help in the world, you got 10 nannies, good for you. You're doing a great job. And yeah, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. It's hard as fuck being a parent. I've never been so busy, so cranky, so overstimulated, so tired, so lacking sleep as I have being a parent. But dang, you guys, all of those little cliches they say, like, oh, nobody's gonna love you like your kids, and it's like when you see their little frickin' faces and they are doing something absolutely ridiculous, like my 2 kids today ate rice, and there is rice all over my kitchen floor, like all over my kitchen floor. And I'm like, you know, I should probably clean that. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine because it was time spent with them. And it's not even a big deal. It's not even a big deal. Like, I was like, how am I going to change a freaking poopy diaper? Like, that's disgusting. I think me and my husband like jokingly do the math sometimes, and we're like, I think we probably changed like 4,000 diapers already just in their short lives, because it's just not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. And you just don't know until you do it, right? So there's that. But anyway, goodness, this video is ridiculous. It doesn't even make any sense, but I like this eye look. It's cute, right? It's cute. I've been trying to figure out a way to use the Glaminatrix palette, the pastels, but I only ended up really using this like dark purple shade in this one. So I need to try the pastels again, but I mostly use the Charma palette, and then I'm going to put on some blush. Now I do have this new House Labs blush, which is so pretty, and I also have this Milk Makeup blush, which I didn't love this the first time, but the second time I really liked it. So it's really, really pretty, but I really like this House Labs blush, so I'm gonna blush myself with it. But yeah, let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. We'll just do a little chat-a-maroo about random things. I definitely think it would be fun to react to like Instagram reels and like memes. I don't know why I'm like trying to bronze my face with this blush, but anyway, I think it would be fun to do reacting to like a random like Instagram reels and memes about parenting. Every time I find a good one that like relates to me and my partner, I always like laugh and send it to them. And I also send it to my one YouTube friend who is also a mom to small kids, and she's like my emotional support friend on like mom stuff, because I can always ask her questions and like vent to her. So I love having her, and I just think it's fun for moms to support each other, because that is truly a beautiful thing. So anyway, I just use the hard candy. I really like these highlighters. I think they're so pretty, so glowy. So look is done. Ooh, I do have a lip combo that I want to try. I have all of these Tarte vinyls that I bought, and so I need to use one to try. But the other day I used this lip gloss, the Huda Faux Filler. So pretty. But today, let's use one of these vinyls, and they're so easy. I'm not going to line my lips. I'm just going to put this on quick. Oh gosh. Cute. Okay, so this is the Tarte lip vinyl in rosy brown. That's so pretty. Okay, so I love the look. I'm going to spray my face, throw on some mascara, do something with this hair, and I'll be right back to end this video. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling myself really hard right now because I love this look. It's so pretty and purpley. Now, you can't get the Charmer palette unless you get the Unearthly Valentine's Day mystery box. So if you don't have it, I'm sure you can find something else that'll do something similar. But as far as this Milk Makeup Primer goes, I'm very curious to see how this continues to work out. I feel like my skin looks beautiful. And of course, I did try out like a foundation and stuff like that. It's my second time, but I really like this because the first time I tried this Ilia foundation, I tried it with the Danessa Myricks Balm thing, which I said I wasn't going to buy, but listen, okay? Mama needed to treat herself to some makeup, so she bought it, and I feel like I low-key regret that. So I like the Milk Makeup one so far. Obviously, it was my first time trying it, but I think my skin with this foundation from Ilia, like, it looks so nice. My skin looks a little bit blurred, a little bit like perfected. I'm not mad about it at all. I'm totally here for it. I really like this stupid Hoola caramel bronzer. I had avoided buying the caramel shade for so long because I just didn't want to pay a full price for it. And so I was so happy I grabbed this during the Ulta semi-annual sale because it's beautiful. The shade works really well with my skin tone. So I've been loving that. I really like the Tarte lip vinyl. I think my lips look super juicy and it was so easy to apply. So very, very happy with the new products that I've been playing with. And I feel like I've already told you guys multiple times how much I love the new Haus Labs blush shade I have in the shade Fire Rose. I really want to pick up, there's like a red, like a neutral red tone. I think I'm going to get that one during the Sephora sale. So I've been slowly working on my Sephora card. I'm very, very excited to be shopping the sale. So definitely let me know what type of content you want to see around the sale. I definitely will be filming like a wish list or something because I love Sephora sale. You guys know this about me. And yeah, let me know if you want me to do like a little mommy video every once in a while, just chit-chatting, talking to you guys. I love hearing what other moms have to say. There are a lot of trolls on YouTube, but one of the most beautiful things about having a smaller platform is that I don't have to deal with too many negative comments. And I feel like, very honestly, I've been on YouTube so long that a lot of negative comments kind of just roll off my back. They don't really bother me as much. I sometimes will repost them, but only because I think they're funny. And yeah, I just feel like this is a safe space for people to chit chat. So yeah, let me know what you guys have been up to. Let me know how you're doing. You know, give me a spiel. Let me know what you're excited for with a spring and summer. I love chatting to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun playing with makeup, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!